In 1995, 4-year-old Tyler Hartman walked to a water fountain. His babysitter was 40 feet away. She looked down for 20 seconds. Tyler vanished. 37 people in the park. No one saw anything. Tyler roared at everything, mirrors, squirrels, his own shadow. He was the loudest child in Prescott Valley. So when he disappeared without a single scream, investigators knew something had silenced him, or someone had convinced him to go quietly. For 9 years, Karen Hartman searched, set a place at dinner every night for a son who never came home. Tyler's face was on 10,000 posters across Arizona. He was 3 miles away, living under a different name, and the couple who took him had been hiding in plain sight the entire time. You'll discover how a school counselor's photographic memory cracked a 9-year cold case, how a stuffed dinosaur became the key to unlocking buried memories, and how one mother never stopped believing her son was alive even when everyone else had given up hope. This is the Tyler Hartman case, the boy who vanished in 20 seconds and the 9 years it took to bring him home. Prescott Valley, Arizona. August 12, 1995. Detective Sarah Chen stands at the water fountain in Riverfront Park, Prescott Valley, Arizona. It's May 2004. 9 years after Tyler Hartman disappeared from this exact spot. She's holding a tape measure, calculating distances she's calculated 100 times before. Fountain to parking lot, 75 yards. 20 seconds wasn't enough time. It never was. August 12, 1995, Saturday morning, 8:00 a.m. The kitchen smells like butter and vanilla extract. David Hartman stands at the stove, spatula in hand, narrating every movement like he's teaching an engine repair class. Now we're adding the milk, Tyler. See how it makes the batter smooth, like oil in an engine, everything flows better. Tyler sits on the counter, legs swinging, blue rocket ship pajamas already decorated with flower handprints. He's 4 years old, nearly 5, as he reminds everyone constantly. His sandy blonde hair sticks up on the left side in a cowlick that refuses to be tamed. Karen tried smoothing it down this morning with saliva on her thumb. It sprang right back up. It always does. "Can I stir?" Tyler asks, reaching for the bowl. David hands him a wooden spoon. "Careful, not too fast or it'll..." Batter splashes onto the counter. Tyler giggles. David wipes it up with the red shop rag from his back pocket, the one he carries everywhere, even in the kitchen on Saturday mornings. "What shape today?" David asks. "Stegosaurus." Tyler doesn't hesitate. The answer is always dinosaur, has been for 2 years. David pours batter onto the griddle in something that vaguely resembles a quadruped. Tyler watches entranced as bubbles form on the surface. He counts them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets to 17 before David flips the pancake. They've done this every Saturday since Tyler was 2. Same time, same counter. Same running commentary about how cooking is science, is mechanics, is everything. Tyler absorbs it the way 4-year-olds absorb everything, completely, literally building a worldview from pancake batter and engine metaphors. Karen appears in the doorway, camera in hand. She always has a camera. Kitchen drawer, glove box, purse. This week's disposable is nearly full. She'll get doubles made at Walgreens, one set for albums, one set for shoeboxes in case something happens. Click. Tyler laughing at the misshapen dinosaur. David's hand on his son's head, palm flat, that gentle pressure that means you're safe. "I've got you. Everything is exactly as it should be." "Smile for mommy," David says. Tyler doesn't smile. He roars, mouth wide open, tiny hands curled into T-Rex claws against his chest. Then he dissolves into giggles at his own performance. This is what Saturday morning looks like in the Hartman house. Pancakes shaped like dinosaurs. A cowlick that won't stay down. A father who explains everything. A mother who documents everything. A 4-year-old boy who roars at the world and expects it to roar back. This is normal. This is safe. This is the last morning before everything shatters. Tyler eats his Stegosaurus pancake, drowning in lakes of syrup. He smells it first, brings his face close to the plate, inhales deeply, makes his approval sound. MMMMM. He does this with every meal, even foods he's eaten 1,000 times. Karen once asked him why. He looked at her like the answer was obvious. "I gotta make sure it's still good, mommy." After breakfast, Tyler runs upstairs to his room. Karen follows, camera still in hand. She finds him standing in front of his dresser, arranging his plastic dinosaurs. He owns 47. Karen knows because she's counted them with him approximately 500 times. He lines them up by size. Largest to smallest, left to right. Tyrannosaurus Rex, not his stuffed Rex. One of the plastic ones goes first. Brachiosaurus next. Down the line to the tiny Compsognathus at the end. If one is out of place, he starts over. 1, 2, 3, 4. He counts as he positions each one. His right hand goes to his cowlick between dinosaurs, twists the hair, unconscious gesture, thinking, concentrating. Tyler, honey, we need to get you dressed, Karen says. Miss Jennifer's coming at 2:30. 5 more minutes. Standard negotiation. He's been saying this since he learned to tell time. Well, since he learned that 5 more minutes is a phrase that sometimes works. Karen gives him 3. Then she helps him into his clothes for the day, navy blue t-shirt with a T-Rex graphic and the words "Rower means I love you" and "dinosaur" across the chest, denim shorts, hand-me-downs from his cousin, slightly too big. Elastic waistband, his red Velcro sneakers with white soles. Fasten your shoes, she says. He doesn't. The Velcro on his right shoe stays undone. It always does. He likes the flapping sound it makes when he walks. Stomp flap, stomp flap, stomp flap. Karen smooths his cowlick one more time. Saliva thumb ritual. It springs back up. She kisses the spot instead. Love you bigger than a brachiosaurus, she says. That's what I tell Grandma Patty. Tyler looks offended at the theft of his phrase. She taught it to me first. Tyler considers this, nods, acceptable explanation. He tugs on her sleeve once, twice, 3 times, exactly 3. She knows to wait for the 3rd before responding. What is it, baby? Can I take Rex to the park? Rex stays in the car, you know the rules. Tyler's face crumples, not quite crying, but close. He's emotionally sensitive, quick to tears when things don't go his way. Karen crouches to his eye level. Rex gets to ride in the car and watch from the window, but you get to play on the swings. That's fair, right? Tyler sniffs, considers, nods, crisis averted. David disappears into the garage while Tyler is upstairs arranging dinosaurs. Karen follows, finds him on a step stool, reaching for the top shelf of his immaculate pegboard workshop. What are you doing? He shows her a cardboard box already wrapped in shiny red paper. The bow is slightly crooked. David's not good with ribbons, never has been. Inside is a child-sized toolbox, socket set, screwdrivers, wrenches scaled for small hands, everything Tyler will need to learn what David wants to teach him. His birthday's in 3 weeks, Karen says. I know, I just wanted it ready. David places it on the highest shelf behind a paint can. Don't let him see it. The red bow catches afternoon light filtering through the garage window. It'll stay there, gathering dust, fading from red to pink for 9 years. Waiting, the wrapping paper will yellow, the tape will lose its stick, but David won't move it, can't move it, won't be able to throw it away or open it or touch it without breaking. But right now it's just a birthday present, hidden safe, waiting for September 3rd when Tyler turns 5 and father and son will finally start working with real tools. David climbs down from the step stool, wipes his hands on his red shop rag. Okay, it's hidden. Karen looks at the box. Something catches in her throat. She doesn't know why, just something about the careful wrapping, the crooked bow, the way David keeps glancing at it. He's going to love it, she says. Yeah, David's hand goes to his back pocket, checking for the shop rag that's already there. Nervous gesture. Yeah, he will. At 2:30 p.m., Jennifer Webb arrives in her minivan. She's 17, responsible. Has babysat Tyler and her younger siblings for 2 years. Tyler trusts her. Karen trusts her. David checking locks twice at night, drawing tool outlines so he knows if something's missing. David trusts her too, which is saying something. Tyler climbs into the back seat. Rex sits next to him, faded green fabric, missing left eye, permanent marker stains on his belly where Tyler gave him spots last month. The stuffed T-Rex smells like fabric softener and child sweat and years of being dragged everywhere. Karen waves from the driveway. Tyler waves back, then immediately does his dinosaur roar at his reflection in the car window. He laughs at himself. This is his ritual, every mirror, every reflective surface. T-Rex arms, mouth wide, roar 4 to 6 times a day reliably. Be good for Miss Jennifer, Karen calls. The van pulls away. Karen watches until it turns the corner. Then she goes inside to the kitchen window. She'll stand here at 7:30 p.m. waiting for a phone call. Tyler always calls when he gets to Jennifer's house, every single time, just to say hi, to tell her what he did at the park, to ask what's for dinner. At 7:30 p.m. tonight, the phone won't ring. But right now it's 2:31 p.m. on August 12, 1995. The Arizona heat is building toward its afternoon peak. Tyler is in Jennifer's van with Rex under his arm and Marcus Webb chattering about the swings at Riverfront Park. The sky is blue, the air conditioning is running, the radio is playing something forgettable, everything is normal, everything is exactly as it should be. Jennifer parks at 2:43 p.m. Before she lets the boys out, she pulls out the purple bottle of sunscreen from her bag. Tyler groans he hates this part, but holds still while she slathers his face, his arms, his neck. The sunscreen smells violently of artificial grape, the kind of chemical sweetness that has nothing to do with actual fruit. It's thick, leaves white streaks until she rubs it in. "Miss Jennifer, I'm gonna smell like candy," Tyler complains. "Better than smelling like a sunburn," Jennifer says, doing his ears. Karen's instructions were explicit, sunscreen every 2 hours. He burns easy. She does Marcus next, then wipes her purple-stained hands on a baby wipe. The grape smell fills the van, mixing with the leather seats and Emma's baby powder scent. Tyler climbs out, skin sticky with SPF 50, smelling like a grape popsicle ready to play. In 9 years, when Detective Chen interviews Jennifer for the 15th time, Jennifer will say, "I can still smell that sunscreen. Grape, I can't be near anything grape-scented now. It makes me," she won't finish, won't need to. Rex stays in the van. "I can see you from here," Jennifer tells him. "Stay where I can see you." "I know, Miss Jennifer." He's heard this 100 times. Marcus is already running toward the swings. Tyler follows, performing his dinosaur walk, hunched over, arms bent at elbows held close to chest, stomping feet, roar sounds. 3 other children near the playground stop to watch. Tyler doesn't notice. He's a dinosaur. Dinosaurs don't care about audiences. The playground equipment is metal, sun-baked, hot to the touch. August in Arizona doesn't care about children's hands. Tyler has learned to approach slides and monkey bars carefully. He climbs onto a swing next to Marcus. They swing for 8 minutes. Jennifer sits on a bench 40 feet away, Emma, 6 months old, starting to fuss in her carrier. The cicadas are screaming. August in Arizona sounds like this. Relentless insect drone, occasional laughter, the squeak of swing chains. Tyler jumps off mid-swing, lands hard, stumbles, catches himself. His right shoe's Velcro flaps open. He doesn't fix it. Stomp flap across the mulch toward the water fountain. "I'm thirsty," he calls back to Jennifer. She waves. "Fountain's right there, honey. I can see you from here." 25 feet, Tyler to fountain. He can walk it in 10 seconds. He reaches the fountain, stands on tiptoes, pushes the button. Water arcs up. He drinks, face pressed close, water running down his chin onto his dinosaur shirt. Behind him in the playground area, Emma starts crying, not fussy anymore, actively crying. Jennifer looks down, starts digging in the diaper bag for a pacifier. Doesn't find it. Unclips Emma from the carrier, lifts her, starts patting her back to burp her. She looks down for 20 seconds, maybe 25, maybe 30. Later she'll say 20, but human time perception under stress is notoriously unreliable. Maybe it was longer, maybe it was exactly 20, it doesn't matter. It wasn't long enough for what happened next to make sense. When Jennifer looks up, Tyler is gone. The fountain is running, water still arcing from the spout. His blue t-shirt was just there. His red shoes were just there. 20 seconds ago. He was right there drinking water 40 feet from where she sits. Now the fountain is empty. Jennifer scans the playground, the swings, the slides, the picnic area, the parking lot. Her eyes move fast, heart not yet panicking, brain still in rational mode. He wandered off. He's behind the tree. He's chasing Marcus, but Marcus is still on the swings. And Tyler isn't behind the tree, and Tyler isn't anywhere. "Tyler," Jennifer calls, normal volume, not worried yet. No answer. "Tyler," louder now, standing, Emma still in her arms. The playground doesn't respond. The cicadas keep screaming. The August heat keeps radiating off the metal equipment. 3 families keep doing whatever they are doing, unaware that anything is wrong. Jennifer starts running, 40 feet to the fountain, Emma bouncing in her arms, starting to cry again from the jostling. "Tyler, Tyler, where are you?" She circles the fountain, checks behind it, nothing. No child, no blue shirt, no red shoes with flapping Velcro. She runs to the playground. Did anyone see a little boy, blue shirt, blonde hair? Blank stares, head shakes, no one saw. She runs toward the parking lot. Maybe he went back to the van. Maybe the van is locked. Empty except for Rex sitting on the back seat, green and eyeless and waiting. Jennifer's hands are shaking now. She's scanning. 37 people in this park. Someone must have seen, someone must know, but no one's coming forward. No one's pointing. No one's saying, oh, he went that way. Jennifer pulls her cell phone from her pocket. It's 2:52 p.m., 9 minutes since they arrived at the park, 7 minutes since Tyler walked to the fountain, 20 seconds since she looked down. She dials 911. A little boy is missing, Jennifer says, voice breaking. He was right here. He was at the water fountain. I looked away for like 20 seconds and he's gone. The 911 operator starts asking questions. Jennifer tries to answer, but her brain is fracturing. 20 seconds. How do you lose a child in 20 seconds? At the fountain, water keeps running. Tyler's last action, pushing that button, still echoing in the arc of water. Nobody's drinking anymore. Somewhere, in a place Jennifer can't see, can't imagine, can't yet comprehend, Tyler Hartman is already 300 yards away. Moving further every second, being taken by someone who saw 20 seconds of opportunity and took it. But Jennifer doesn't know that yet. She's still scanning the playground. Still hoping he'll pop out from behind a tree, giggling, saying, I was hiding, Miss Jennifer. The cicadas scream. The water runs and Tyler is gone. 2004 Detective Sarah Chen stands at the Riverfront Park fountain, tape measure in hand. She's 43 now, gray threading through her dark hair, reading glasses she didn't need in 1995 hanging from a chain around her neck. She measures again. Fountain to parking lot, 75 yards. She's measured it 100 times. The number never changes. Her phone shows GPS coordinates. She mutters to herself, 20 seconds, it's impossible. A jogger passes, gives her a strange look. Chen doesn't notice. She's staring at the empty space where Tyler Hartman stood 9 years ago, trying to make the physics work, trying to understand how a 4-year-old boy vanished from an open park with 37 witnesses and no one saw anything. The math doesn't work. It never did. Chen's phone buzzes, text from the station. She ignores it. She comes here every Saturday. Same time Tyler disappeared. 2:43 p.m. Stands at the fountain, looks at the parking lot, the playground, the cottonwood trees along Granite Creek. Somewhere in those 20 seconds, someone took Tyler Hartman. Somewhere in this park, there's an answer she's been missing for 9 years. She just has to find it. August 12, 1995. 2:52 p.m. Officer Jeff Randolph arrives at Riverfront Park 4 minutes after Jennifer's 911 call. He finds her near the playground, Emma screaming in her arms, mascara running down her face in the August heat. He was at the fountain, Jennifer says, words tumbling over each other. I looked down for 20 seconds, maybe 30, and he was gone. I've been calling him. I've been looking. He's 4 years old, blue shirt, blonde hair, red shoes. He wouldn't just wander off. He knows to stay where I can see him. Randolph gets the details, radios for backup. Within 8 minutes, 3 more units arrive. They establish a perimeter, start searching. The playground, the parking lot, the walking path along Granite Creek, the public bathrooms, the picnic area, behind every tree, under every table, no Tyler. They start interviewing witnesses. The Thompson couple, elderly, sitting on a bench near the parking lot. We saw a dark sedan leave around 2:45, maybe 2:50, parked crooked, taking up 2 spaces. Driver was maybe male, maybe sunglasses. We didn't get a good look. The car was dark blue, maybe black, maybe a Ford, we're not sure. A mother with 3 children. I didn't see anything unusual. There were lots of kids here. I wasn't really paying attention. A teenage boy. I was on my bike. I came through around 2:30, but I didn't notice any specific kid. 28 witnesses interviewed in the first hour. No one saw Tyler leave. No one saw anyone carrying a child. No one saw anything suspicious. How do you witness nothing in a park full of people? At 3:15 p.m., Randolph calls for K-9 units. The bloodhounds arrive by 3:45. They give the dogs Tyler's scent from the van, Rex, the stuffed dinosaur that still smells like him. The dogs track from the fountain toward the parking lot. The trail ends at the pavement, 50 yards from the fountain, not 75, 50. The handler says he was put in a vehicle right here. But no one saw a vehicle, no one saw anyone loading a child. Jennifer watches from the playground, still holding Emma, still scanning for a blue shirt that isn't there. At 4:17 p.m., the call goes out to local news. Missing child, Riverfront Park, 4 years old. By 5:00 p.m., the first TV crews arrive. By 5:30, the park is swarming, police, volunteers, media. Concerned citizens. Karen Hartman's phone rings at 4:23 p.m. She's been home waiting for Tyler's 7:30 call, not worried yet. When she sees David's number, she answers. Did you pick him up early? Karen, David's voice is wrong, flat, broken. Tyler's missing. Come to Riverfront Park now. She doesn't remember the drive. Later, she'll try. She'll want to remember every second of the last time she didn't know for certain her son was gone. But it's blank. Her brain was already protecting her from what came next. She arrives at the park at 4:47 p.m. The parking lot is chaos, police cars, news vans, volunteers already organizing search parties. She finds David near the fountain talking to a detective. Where is he? Karen demands. Where is my son? Detective Sarah Chen, 34, new to missing persons, trying to project confidence she doesn't feel, takes Karen's arm gently. Mrs. Hartman, I'm Detective Chen. We're doing everything we can to find Tyler. I need you to tell me about him, what he was wearing, any identifying marks, medical conditions, anything that might help. Karen's brain fractures. She tries to focus. Blue shirt, T-Rex on it, red shoes with Velcro. He never fastens the right one. He has a cowlick on the left side of his head that stands straight up. A scar on his right knee, crescent-shaped. He's 4, almost 5. September 3rd is his birthday. He counts everything. He loves dinosaurs. He has 47 plastic ones at home. He lines them up every night before bed. She's talking faster and faster. David puts his hand on her shoulder. She stops. He was with Jennifer Webb, Karen says, quieter now. She's babysat him for 2 years. She's responsible. She wouldn't just, where is she? Where's Jennifer? Chen takes them to Jennifer, still at the playground bench. Emma is quiet now, sleeping against her shoulder. Jennifer's face when she sees Karen, pure devastation. I'm sorry, Jennifer whispers. I'm so sorry. I only looked away for 20 seconds. Karen wants to scream at her, wants to grab her, wants to demand, how do you lose a child in 20 seconds? But she sees Jennifer's face and knows this girl will never forgive herself. Neither will Karen. But right now, screaming won't bring Tyler back. Tell me exactly what happened, Karen says. Jennifer does. The fountain, Emma crying, looking down to burp her, looking up, and Tyler was gone. 20 seconds, Jennifer says again, maybe 30, I swear it wasn't longer. But memory is unreliable under trauma. Later, in subsequent interviews, Jennifer will say maybe it was a minute, then I don't know. The timeline will blur. But right now, she's certain 20 seconds, impossible timeline, no witnesses. Vanished child. Chen writes in her notebook how, by 7:30 p.m., search parties have combed a 3-mile radius. Helicopters sweep the desert beyond the park. News coverage is wall-to-wall. Tyler's face, gap-toothed smile, cowlick visible, wearing the same blue dinosaur shirt, appears on every channel. Karen stands at the fountain where Tyler stood 5 hours ago. David is behind her, close but not touching. They haven't touched since she arrived. Can't touch. If they touch, they'll fall apart. He was supposed to call at 7:30, Karen says. He always calls. David doesn't respond. What is there to say? The phone in Karen's pocket stays silent. At 8:30 p.m., the FBI arrives. Special Agent Victoria Martinez, Crimes Against Children Unit. She sits with Karen and David in a park ranger's office and delivers statistics no parent should ever hear. In stranger abduction cases, the first 24 hours are critical. After 7 days, recovery rates drop significantly. I'm not telling you this to scare you, I'm telling you because we need to move fast. Is he alive? Karen asks. Martinez doesn't lie. I don't know, but we're operating under the assumption that he is, and we're doing everything in our power to find him. They establish a command center in the Hartman living room. David converts Tyler's bedroom, dinosaurs still lined up on the dresser, 47 of them, Rex's empty spot on the pillow, into an investigation hub. Maps go up on the walls. Search grids, witness statements, tips hotline number. Karen can't go in there, can't see Tyler's room turned into evidence. Instead, she goes to the kitchen. Sets the table for dinner, 4 place settings. Tyler's spot, plate, green cup, dinosaur placemat. David finds her there, staring at the empty chair. Karen, he's coming home, she says. He's coming home and he'll be hungry. David doesn't argue, just sits at the table, not eating, just sitting with her with the empty chair between them. At 11:47 p.m., Karen calls Patty. Her mother answers on the first ring. She's been watching the news. They haven't found him, Karen says. Patty starts crying. Karen can hear it through the phone, her mother's sobs. And she wants to comfort her, but she can't. She has nothing left. He was supposed to call me tomorrow, Patty says. Sunday at 5, love you bigger than a brachiosaurus, Grandma. I know, Mom, he's okay, Carrie, he has to be okay. Karen hangs up. She doesn't believe her mother. She doesn't believe anyone. At midnight, Karen does something that will become ritual. She unlocks the front door, pushes it open. Just a crack, 3 inches. Enough for a 4-year-old to push through if he comes home and finds the door locked. Karen, what are you doing? David stands in the hallway watching. He needs to be able to get in. The door needs to be locked. It's open, just a little, just enough. David's compulsion is locks. Check twice, make sure everything's secure, keep the danger out. Karen's compulsion is the opposite now. Keep the door open, keep the way clear, let him in when he comes home. They stare at each other across the hallway. 2 people whose safety rituals have gone to war. Karen, please. 3 inches, David, that's all. He wants to close it, wants to lock it, wants to maintain the illusion of control. But he sees her face and knows this is the line, this is the thing she needs. The door stays open, 3 inches, every night for 9 years. David will check the back door twice, the windows twice, Tyler's window twice, then a 3rd time. Then a 4th, but the front door that stays open, 3 inches, unlocked, because Karen is waiting, and when Tyler comes home, he needs to be able to get in. She goes to Tyler's room, forces herself past the maps and grids, and stands at his dresser. The 47 dinosaurs are still there, still arranged largest to smallest. Tyler's work, Tyler's ritual, she counts them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets to 47, all present, she counts again, same number. She'll count them every day for 9 years, making sure none are missing, making sure when Tyler comes home, everything is exactly as he left it. David finds her at 2:30 a.m., still in Tyler's room, still counting. Come to bed, he says. I can't. Karen, if I go to sleep, when I wake up it'll still be true, and I can't. I can't wake up tomorrow and have him still be gone. David sits on Tyler's bed. The rocket ship pajamas are under the pillow where Tyler left them yesterday morning. The bed is unmade. Tyler was going to make it later and later never came. We'll find him, David says, but his voice has no conviction. He's an auto shop teacher. He teaches kids how engines work, how systems function, how every part has a place. He understands machines. He doesn't understand this. There's no diagram for how a child vanishes. No manual for what to do when your son disappears in 20 seconds. They sit in Tyler's room until dawn, not sleeping, not talking, just sitting with the dinosaurs and the unmade bed and the terrible silence where a 4-year-old's voice should be. Tucson, Arizona, 2004. 13 years after Tyler disappeared. Marcus Webb sits in a therapist's office, 23 years old, picking at the seam of the couch cushion. He's been coming here for 3 months. Court-ordered after his 2nd DUI. Dr. Reyes asks the question she asks every session. Tell me about Tyler. Marcus doesn't look up. I was 4. I was on the swings. I was supposed to be watching him. You were 4 years old, Marcus. 4-year-olds aren't responsible for other 4-year-olds. I should have noticed. I should have seen. Seen what? Him leaving, someone taking him something. Dr. Reyes writes something in her notes. You've carried this for 19 years. Yeah. Marcus laughs bitter. And it's going great, Doc, really great. He looks at the clock, 43 minutes left. He can make it 43 more minutes without crying. He doesn't. August 13, 1995, day 2. The sun rises on 150 volunteers searching the desert, on horseback, on foot, in trucks. Grid by grid, mile by mile, they find nothing. Chen establishes a timeline. Interviews every person at the park. Re-interviews Jennifer 3 times. The story doesn't change. 20 seconds, maybe 30. Tyler gone. She drives to the Hartman house at 3:00 p.m. Karen answers the door in the same clothes she wore yesterday. Eyes red, hasn't slept. Any news? Karen asks. Not yet. I need to ask you some questions. They sit at the kitchen table, 4-place settings still out from last night, Tyler's plate untouched. Does Tyler have any medical conditions? Chen asks. Medications, allergies? No, he's healthy. He burns easily in the sun. Jennifer knows to use sunscreen. She used it yesterday. Grape scented. He hates it, but Karen's voice breaks. He was covered in sunscreen, purple, sticky. If someone has him, they'll smell it. Grape, they'll know someone was taking care of him. Chen writes, sunscreen, grape, purple residue. Has Tyler ever wandered off before? Never. He's ritualistic. He follows rules. He stays where he's told. He calls at 7:30 every time he's away from home, every single time. Tell me about his habits, his rituals, anything that makes him distinctive. Karen talks for 40 minutes, the dinosaurs, the counting, the cowlick twisting, the roaring at mirrors, the 3-tug sleeve pull, the food smelling, everything that makes Tyler Tyler. Chen fills 6 pages of notes. Every detail matters. Every habit could be the thing that brings him home. If someone has him, Karen says, they'll notice these things. They'll see him twisting his cowlick. They'll see him counting. They'll know he's someone's son. Someone's missing him. Chen doesn't say what she's thinking. If someone has him, they're not planning to bring him back. Instead, she says, we're going to find him, Karen. It's the first lie she's told in this investigation. It won't be the last. Jennifer Webb stops eating. Chen notices it on day 3 when she interviews her again. Jennifer's face is thinner, eyes sunken. By day 7, her clothes hang loose. By week 3, she's dropped 25 pounds. Her mother forces her to doctor appointments. The doctor says stress-induced appetite loss and prescribes something Jennifer won't take. Worse, her milk dries up. Emma is 6 months old, was still nursing. Jennifer's body, flooded with cortisol and adrenaline and guilt, shuts down the production. She tries pumping. Nothing comes. Her breasts ache with the loss. She sits in the nursery at 3 a.m., Emma crying, formula bottle in hand. Emma won't take it, doesn't understand why mom's milk is gone, and Jennifer realizes Tyler's disappearance is breaking her body. Literally, cell by cell, her body is shutting down around the hole Tyler left. Marcus finds her there one morning, passed out on the nursery floor, Emma screaming in the crib. He's 7 years old and trying to make a bottle himself because his sister can't. Miss Jennifer, he whispers. Are you dead? She's not, but she's not alive either. She's in the space between where guilt lives. 1 year later, August 12, 1996. Karen sits alone in Tyler's room. The dinosaurs are still there, still 47, still arranged perfectly. She hasn't moved them, won't move them. They're waiting for Tyler to come home and line them up again. Outside, a vigil is happening at Riverfront Park. 50 people with candles, Pastor Morrison leading a prayer. David is there, standing apart from the crowd, unable to join. Karen couldn't go, can't stand at that fountain again, can't hear people say we're still hoping when hope feels like razor wire wrapped around her heart. She counts the dinosaurs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 47, still waiting. 1996. The first year is survival, barely. Karen loses her job at the church, can't focus, can't function, can't pretend that filing attendance records matters when Tyler is gone. She tries to keep working, shows up, sits at her desk, stares at spreadsheets that blur into meaningless numbers. Her supervisor finds her crying in the supply closet on a Tuesday in October. Suggests gently that maybe she needs time off. Karen doesn't go back. David returns to teaching after 1 day off. His colleagues don't know what to say, so they say nothing. He's a ghost in the hallways of Prescott Valley, high, physically present, emotionally absent. He teaches kids how carburetors work, how to gap spark plugs, how engines fire in sequence. The lessons come out mechanical, rehearsed. He said these words 1,000 times. They require no thought. One student asks carefully, Mr. Hartman, any news about your son? David looks at him. No, the student doesn't ask again. David converts Tyler's bedroom into a command center. Maps cover the walls, Prescott Valley, Yavapai County, the entire state of Arizona. Red pins mark search areas, yellow pins mark witness locations, blue pins mark reported sightings. By December, there are 47 blue pins, 47 false leads. 47 times someone called to say, I saw a boy who looked like Tyler, and Chen investigated and it wasn't him. Never him. Tyler had 47 plastic dinosaurs. The universe is mocking them with mathematics. Chen stands in front of the map one evening in January 1997, David beside her. They're both drinking coffee that went cold an hour ago. 47, Chen says, touching one of the blue pins. Phoenix. Boy at a shopping mall. Blonde hair about the right age. The mother got angry when I asked for ID. Wasn't him. No, never is. They stand in silence. The map is enormous now, covering 2 walls, hundreds of pins, thousands of hours, 0 results. What are we missing? David asks. Chen doesn't answer. She doesn't know. 1997. Jennifer leaves. Jennifer Webb moves to Tucson in March 1997, 18 months after Tyler vanished. She tells her mother she needs a fresh start. What she means is she can't drive past Riverfront Park anymore, can't see the playground, can't live in the same town where she lost a child who wasn't even hers. She's 19 years old, she weighs 97 pounds, she can't keep food down, she can't sleep more than 3 hours without nightmares. She can't look at Marcus without seeing Tyler on the swings. Can't look at Emma without remembering how her milk dried up, how her body betrayed her. She packs her car on a Wednesday morning. Her mother stands in the driveway crying. You can't run from this, Jenny. Watch me. Jennifer drives south on Highway 89, 3 hours to Tucson, 3 hours to a city where no one knows her name, where no one will look at her and think that's the girl who lost the Hartman boy. She gets an apartment, gets a job at a coffee shop, tells people she's from Flagstaff when they ask, never mentions Prescott Valley, never mentions August 12, 1995, never mentions the 20 seconds that destroyed her life. Marcus is 10 when his sister leaves. He doesn't understand. Did Jennifer die too? He asks his mother. No, baby, she just needed to go away for a while. Like Tyler, his mother doesn't answer because yes, exactly like Tyler, both gone, both not coming back. 1998. Kindergarten, Mountain View Elementary School, Prescott Valley, September 1998. In Mrs. Anderson's kindergarten classroom, there's a row of cubbies along the back wall. Each cubby has a label with a child's name and a sticker. At the end of the row, Tyler H. The sticker is a green stegosaurus. Karen put it there in August 1995, before Tyler disappeared. Before he was supposed to start kindergarten on September 5th. She'd gone to the school to register him, met Mrs. Anderson, labeled his cubby together. Tyler had chosen the dinosaur sticker himself from a sheet of 50 options. Mrs. Anderson left it there. For 3 years she left it there. Tyler H. Empty cubby stegosaurus sticker. She finally took it down in June 1998 when she packed up the classroom for summer. Rolled the label carefully. Put it in an envelope, drove it to the Hartman house. Karen answered the door. Mrs. Anderson handed her the envelope without a word. Inside, the label, the sticker, and a note. I'm so sorry, I kept waiting. Karen put it in a shoebox with Tyler's other things, birth certificate, hospital bracelet, first tooth, preschool drawings, lock of hair from his first haircut, the shoebox of a child who stopped existing at age 4. 1999, the toolbox. David goes into the garage on Tyler's 9th birthday. September 3, 1999. The toolbox is still there, top shelf, behind the paint can. The red bow has faded to dusty pink. The wrapping paper has yellowed at the edges. The tape is starting to peel. He takes it down, holds it, feels the weight of the socket set inside. Tyler should be unwrapping this today. Should be 9 years old, learning to use a torque wrench. Asking 1,000 questions about thread pitch and bolt sizes. Instead, David is standing in his garage holding a present wrapped for a 5-year-old who never turned 5. Karen finds him there an hour later, sitting on the concrete floor, toolbox in his lap, not crying, just sitting. I can't throw it away, he says. I know, I can't open it. I know, I can't keep looking at it. Karen sits next to him. They don't touch, haven't touched much in 4 years. Touch requires vulnerability and they're both too broken for that. Put it back, Karen says finally. Put it back and we'll deal with it later. David climbs the step stool, returns the toolbox to its spot. The faded bow catches the afternoon light the same way it did in 1995, still waiting, still wrapped, still there. 2000, the 5-year mark. August 12, 2000, 5 years, no vigil this year. The community has moved on. Other tragedies have taken center stage. Other missing children, other grief. Chen goes to Riverfront Park alone. 2:43 p.m., stands at the fountain. No tape measure this time. She's memorized the distances. 75 yards to parking lot, 40 yards to Granite Creek, 20 seconds of impossibility, 5 years of failure. She's 39 years old. Her captain keeps suggesting she move on to other cases. You've done everything you can, Sarah. Sometimes we don't get the win. But Chen can't let go. Tyler's file is in her desk drawer at home. She reads it at night when she can't sleep, reads witness statements until she's memorized them, stares at Tyler's photo, gap-toothed smile, cowlick standing up, dinosaur shirt until his face is seared into her memory. She made a promise, told Karen we're going to find him. 5 years later, she hasn't kept it. At the fountain, Chen closes her eyes, tries to see what she missed, tries to understand how a child vanishes in 20 seconds with 37 witnesses. The answer doesn't come, it never does. She drives to the Hartman house. Karen answers the door in pajamas even though it's 4 p.m. The house is dark, curtains drawn. 5 years, Karen says. I know. People keep telling me it's time to move on, to accept that he's gone, to have a memorial service or something. What do you tell them? I tell them to fuck off. Karen never swears this is new. He's not dead, Sarah. I'd know if he was dead, I'd feel it. Chen doesn't argue, doesn't mention the statistics. Children missing 5 years are statistically deceased. Doesn't mention that holding on to hope might be hurting more than helping. Instead, she says, I'm not giving up. Promise, promise. It's the second lie Chen has told Karen. The first was we're going to find him. This one is I'm not giving up. Because Chen is giving up, not officially. But in her heart, in the part of her that's been working this case for 5 years, she's starting to accept. Tyler Hartman is gone, maybe dead, maybe alive somewhere under a different name. But gone from the life he was supposed to have. She just can't tell Karen that. How do you hide a child in a town of 18,000 people for 9 years, 2001-2003? The quiet years. The case files multiply. The leads don't. Chen's wall of blue pins grows to 63 by 2001, 81 by 2002, each one a false hope. A child who looked like Tyler but wasn't. A tip that seemed promising but led nowhere. The age progression photos go out every year on Tyler's birthday. Computer-generated images of what he might look like at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Blonde hair darkening maybe. Face losing baby roundness. Cowlick still there. You can't age progress a cowlick away. It's genetic. The photos generate tips for about 3 days, then silence. David stops going into Tyler's command center room in 2002, can't look at the maps anymore, can't see the accumulation of failure pinned to the walls. He closes the door, leaves it closed. Karen still counts the dinosaurs, every day, still 47, still arranged largest to smallest. The way Tyler left them. She stopped setting Tyler's place at dinner in 2001, not because she gave up hope, because David couldn't eat while staring at the empty chair anymore, so now she sets 3 places. But Tyler's green cup stays in the cabinet, never used, waiting. The front door stays open 3 inches every night. David checks the locks twice, 3 times, 4 times, every window, every door except the front. They are 2 people living in the same house, performing opposite rituals of grief. They sleep in separate rooms now, have since 1998. Karen can't bear to sleep next to someone when she feels this hollow. They're still married, technically, but the marriage exists more on paper than in reality. Patty calls every Sunday. Conversations that used to last an hour now last 3 minutes. Any news? No, Mom. I'm still praying. I know. Love you, Carrie. Love you too. Patty stopped asking Karen to come visit in 2000. Knows Karen won't leave Prescott Valley. Can't leave. What if Tyler comes home and she's not there? 2003. The silence. By 2003, the searching has stopped, but the waiting hasn't. Karen sits in Tyler's room in the darkness. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday in October. She does this sometimes, can't sleep, goes to his room, sits on his bed, breathes the air that used to smell like him but doesn't anymore. The dinosaurs are shadows on the dresser, 47 of them. She's counted them so many times she can identify them in the dark by shape alone. Tyrannosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Triceratops, down the line to the tiny Compsognathus. The rocket ship pajamas are still under the pillow, unwashed, but the smell is gone. 8 years has erased even that. David finds her there at 6 a.m., still sitting in the dark. Karen, she doesn't respond. You need to sleep. Can't. He sits next to her. They haven't sat this close in years. The bed sags under their combined weight. I can't do this anymore, David says, quiet, defeated. Karen's stomach drops. Do what? This, the waiting, the pretending he's coming home. Karen, it's been 8 years. Don't. We need to. Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare tell me to give up. I'm not saying give up. I'm saying accept. He's alive, David. I know he's alive. How? How do you know? Because I'm his mother. I'd know if he was dead. David wants to believe her, but he's a teacher of systems and mechanics and provable facts. And the facts say children missing 8 years don't come home. He doesn't say this. Just sits with her in Tyler's room while the sun comes up and another day begins without their son. May 2004. Prescott Valley Middle School. Laura Mitchell, school counselor, sits in her office reviewing student files. She's been at this school for 6 months. Transferred from Flagstaff in January, still learning names, still figuring out which kids need extra attention. A file crosses her desk. Briggs Ethan, grade 7, age 13, recent enrollment, family moved from Vermont in. She checks. Actually, they've been in Prescott Valley since 1994. But Ethan was homeschooled through elementary, only entered public school in 2nd grade 1998. Now in 7th grade, doing fine academically, no behavioral issues, but a teacher flagged him for anxiety and social difficulty adjusting. So Laura called him in for a routine check-in. Ethan arrives at 2:15 p.m. 13 years old, sandy blonde hair, quiet, polite, sits in the chair across from her desk, hands folded in lap. Hi, Ethan, I'm Mrs. Mitchell. How are you adjusting to 7th grade? Fine, monotone, not rude, just flat. Your English teacher mentioned you seem a little anxious during group work. Is that accurate? I guess I don't really like groups. Laura nods, makes a note. Then she notices Ethan's right hand goes to his head, left side, twists a section of hair that's sticking up oddly. A cowlick standing straight up despite what looks like attempts to gel it down. He twists it while thinking, unconscious gesture. Something tickles at the back of Laura's brain, familiar. She's seen this before, but where? Do you remember living in Vermont? She asks. Ethan looks confused. Yeah, we moved here when I was little. How little? I don't know, 3, 4. Do you remember much from before Vermont? There wasn't a before Vermont. I was born there. Laura types a note. Then notices something else, a small crescent-shaped scar on Ethan's right knee visible below his shorts. And then this is the thing that makes her pause. He's counting something under his breath. She can't tell what, just moving his lips, silent counting. Ethan, what are you counting? He stops, looks embarrassed. Sorry, it's a habit. I count things, tiles, ceiling panels, whatever. How long have you done that? Always. My mom says I used to count my cereal when I was little. Laura's brain is firing now. Cowlick, counting compulsion, crescent scar, age 13, sandy blonde hair. She opens her desk drawer, pulls out a file folder she's kept for 9 years, carried with her from Flagstaff to Prescott Valley even though it has nothing to do with her current job. Missing children flyers from 1995-2003. Cases that haunted her. Cases she couldn't forget. She flips through them. Finds the one she's looking for. Missing Tyler James Hartman. Dobb, September 3, 1990. Missing since August 12, 1995. Age 4. The photo shows a gap-toothed smile, a cowlick on the left side of his head standing straight up. Bright blue eyes, physical description, crescent-shaped scar on right knee. Compulsive counter. Last seen wearing navy blue T-Rex shirt. Laura looks at the photo. Looks at Ethan Briggs sitting across from her, twisting his cowlick. No, it can't be, can it? Ethan, she says carefully, do you have any siblings? No, it's just me and my parents. And your parents are Robert and Linda Briggs. Yeah, do you remember ever being called by a different name? Ethan's face shifts, confused, slightly defensive. What? No, I'm Ethan. I've always been Ethan. Why are you asking me this? Laura closes the file folder. Casual. Non-threatening, no reason, just getting to know you. Thanks for coming in, Ethan. You can head back to class. He leaves, still looking confused. Laura stares at the missing child flyer. Tyler Hartman would be 13 years old now, born September 3, 1990. Ethan Briggs claims to be 13. His file says DOB, September 15, 1990. 12 days apart, same cowlick, left side, standing straight up. Same compulsive counting. Same crescent scar, right knee. It's not possible. Tyler Hartman disappeared 9 years ago from Prescott Valley. Ethan Briggs has been living in Prescott Valley since. Laura checks the file. 1994, 1 year before Tyler disappeared. Could a family hide a kidnapped child in the same town for 9 years? Could they? Laura picks up the phone, dials. Prescott Valley Police Department, how may I direct your call? Detective Sarah Chen, please, missing persons. A pause, 1 moment. Chen's voice comes on the line. This is Chen. Detective, my name is Laura Mitchell. I'm a school counselor at Prescott Valley Middle School. I think Laura stops, takes a breath. I think I might have found Tyler Hartman. Objects don't forget, people do. Karen Hartman has counted Tyler's 47 dinosaurs every day for 287 days. That's 9 years in numbers. In reality, it's 287 mornings walking into a room that hasn't changed while the entire world has. The dinosaurs are plastic. They don't age. They don't forget. They stay exactly as Tyler arranged them in August 1995, largest to smallest, left to right, Tyrannosaurus to Compsognathus. Karen has aged. Her hair is more gray than brown now. Her hands shake when she counts. Her memory of Tyler's face is starting to blur around the edges. She needs photos to remind herself of exact details. Did his freckles darken in summer, or were they always that dark? Did he have 6 or 7 on his left cheek? She's forgetting, not all at once, not dramatically, just eroding the way shorelines erode. Grain by grain, wave by wave, but the dinosaurs remember. They're permanent. They're Tyler's last action, lining them up before bed on August 11, 1995. They've been waiting ever since. Objects endure when people don't. They're witnesses to everything we lose, every ritual that stops, every voice that fades, every child who doesn't come home. Tyler did line up those dinosaurs, did count them, did arrange them perfectly, did twist his cowlick while doing it, but Tyler did those things as a 4-year-old. He's 13. Somewhere, somehow, and 13-year-olds don't line up dinosaurs anymore. Somewhere 3 miles away, a boy named Ethan is learning algebra, playing video games, becoming a person. And the child who counted those dinosaurs every night is disappearing, not dying, disappearing. Memory erased one day at a time until all that remains are fragments, a smell, a texture, a green stuffed dinosaur he can't quite place. Objects don't forget, they're permanent. People aren't. We change, we adapt, we become new versions of ourselves to survive, and sometimes the price of survival is forgetting who we used to be. Detective Sarah Chen drives to Prescott Valley Middle School at 2:47 p.m. on May 19, 2004. Laura Mitchell's phone call is still ringing in her ears. I think I might have found Tyler Hartman. 9 years, 3,287 days. And now a school counselor thinks she's found him. Chen has had false leads before. 63 blue pins on David's wall. 63 times someone called saying, I saw a boy who looks like Tyler, and it wasn't him. But something in Laura's voice was different. Certainty. Not hope, certainty. Chen brings 2 other officers, doesn't tell Karen yet. Can't raise hope until she's sure. At the school, Laura has Ethan's file spread on her desk. Photo ID from the school system, physical description. Birth certificate copy, Vermont, September 15, 1990, and next to it, Tyler Hartman's missing person flyer from 1995. Chen looks at the photos side by side, the cowlick left side standing straight up in both images, the eyes, blue, same shape, the scar, right knee crescent-shaped. Jesus Christ, Chen whispers. Laura points to the dates. Tyler's birthday. September 3, 1990. Ethan's September 15, 1990, 12 days apart. Could be coincidence. Both compulsive counters, both have the same physical markers, both living in Prescott Valley. Chen finishes, feels something shift in her chest. The Briggs family, how long have they been here? Laura checks the file. Moved here 1994, 1 year before Tyler disappeared. The timeline slots into place with a click. Chen feels in her bones. Where's Ethan? Chen asks, 5th period, math. I need to see him. They pull Ethan out of class at 3:20 p.m., tell the teacher it's a routine welfare check, nothing alarming. Ethan walks to the counselor's office looking confused, slightly anxious. Chen watches him through the office window before entering, the way he walks, normal teenage shuffle. The way his hand goes to his cowlick when Laura asks him to sit down, twists it, unconscious gesture. Tyler Hartman twisted his cowlick when thinking, 20 to 30 times a day according to Karen's description. Chen enters the office, keeps her voice calm, professional. "Hi, Ethan, I'm Detective Chen. This is just a routine follow-up to Mrs. Mitchell's check-in, nothing to worry about." Ethan nods, still looks nervous. 13-year-olds get nervous around police. Normal. "Ethan, do you remember living anywhere besides Vermont before you moved here?" "No. We've always lived in Vermont. Well, before here. Do you remember being younger before Vermont?" Ethan's face shows frustration now. "I was born in Vermont. Why does everyone keep asking me this?" Chen takes photos of the cowlick, the scar, gets Ethan's verbal consent, tells him it's for school records. He doesn't question it. "Ethan, have you ever been called by a different name?" "What? No, I'm Ethan Briggs. I've always been Ethan Briggs." He believes it. Chen can see that. This boy genuinely doesn't know. She lets him return to class. Watches him walk down the hallway, backpack slung over one shoulder, hand going to his cowlick again. Then she calls the station. "I need a DNA comparison kit and find out everything about Robert and Linda Briggs, 412 Sycamore Drive." The investigation, May 19-21, 2004. Chen moves fast. 9 years of waiting is over. Now it's about proof. At 4:00 p.m., she drives to the Hartman house. Karen answers the door, sees Chen's face, and knows immediately. "What happened?" "Karen, I need you to come with me. I need a DNA sample." "Why, Sarah, what's going on?" Chen takes a breath. "There's a potential match, a boy, 13 years old, living in Prescott Valley. I need your DNA to verify." Karen's legs nearly give out. David catches her. He's come to the door. "Heard everything." "Where?" Karen asks. "Where is he?" "I can't tell you yet, not until we confirm. I don't want to." Chen's voice cracks. 9 years she's worked this case. "I don't want to give you hope if I'm wrong." "You're not wrong." Karen's crying now. "You're not wrong, Sarah. I know you're not." At 4:30 p.m., Chen obtains Karen's DNA via cheek swab, voluntary submission for comparison. At 4:45 p.m., she returns to the school. Ethan Briggs threw away a water bottle in the counselor's office. Discarded item, legally obtained, no warrant required. Chen bags it carefully, sends both samples, Karen's and the water bottle, to the Arizona DPS crime lab in Phoenix. Urgent missing child case marked on the evidence bag. The lab promises 48 hours. He's doing homework. Algebra CD player on his desk playing something by Linkin Park. Posters on the walls, bands, skateboarding. Normal 13-year-old stuff. He has no idea his name might not be Ethan Briggs. No idea his parents might not be his parents. No idea that 3 miles away a detective is opening a case file that's been cold for 9 years. No idea that his entire life is about to implode. He finishes his math homework, counts the problems completed, 12, then counts them again to make sure. Old habit, he's always done this. His mom calls up the stairs. "Ethan." Dinner, he goes downstairs. Normal Thursday night, normal family dinner, no idea at all. The wait, May 20-21, 2004, 48 hours feels like 48 years. Chen works the background check, discovers Robert Briggs, age 51, retired electrician. Moved to Prescott Valley, January 1994, 14 months before Tyler's disappearance. No criminal record, quiet neighbor. Linda Briggs, age 48. Homemaker, no employment history, no criminal record, active in church. Ethan Briggs' birth certificate, Vermont, September 15, 1990. Social security number, school records, homeschooled K first grade, public school starting second grade in 1998. Medical files, immunization records, everything looks legitimate. Chen runs deeper. Calls Vermont Vital Records. Finds Ethan Michael Briggs. Born September 15, 1990. Died March 3, 1991. SIDS, 5 months old, buried in Burlington, Vermont. Identity theft, a dead child's name. Chen's hands shake as she writes. Briggs used deceased child's identity. Tyler equals Ethan, confirmed. But she needs the DNA, needs proof that will hold up in court. At the Hartman house, Karen and David sit in their living room, not speaking, just waiting. David's hand keeps going to his pocket, checking for his shop rag, nervous gesture. Karen counts the hours. 24 hours since the swab, 24 more to go. "Karen, what if?" Don't say what if it's not him, it's him, I know it's him." David wants to believe her, but he's spent 9 years learning that hope is dangerous. At 3 a.m. on May 21st, Karen is still awake, sitting in Tyler's room, counting dinosaurs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 47. If it's really Tyler, will he remember these? Will he remember lining them up? Will he remember being the boy who counted everything? Or has 9 years erased that boy completely? May 21, 2004. 6:47 p.m. Chen's phone rings. Arizona DPS Crime Lab. Detective Chen, we have your results. Chen's heart stops, restarts, stops again. Go ahead. DNA comparison between sample A Karen Hartman and sample B discarded water bottle. Probability of biological relationship 99-97%. It's a match. Detective. The boy is her son. Chen sits down hard in her desk chair. 9 years, 3,287 days. You're certain? DNA doesn't lie. Ethan Briggs is Tyler Hartman. Chen hangs up, stares at her phone. At Tyler's photo on her desk, 4 years old, gap-toothed, cowlick standing up. Found him after 9 years, found him alive, 3.2 miles from his parents' house. The whole time, she sits for 8 full seconds, breathing, trying to process. Then she picks up the phone again, 7:00 p.m. The call. Karen Hartman answers on the first ring. She's been sitting by the phone since 6:00 p.m., couldn't wait any longer. Hello, Karen. It's Sarah Chen. Karen stops breathing. We got the DNA results back. The pause is infinite. Karen hears her own heartbeat, hears David's footsteps coming into the room, hears everything and nothing. It's a match, Chen says, voice steady but strained. Ethan Briggs is Tyler. We found him. He's alive. Karen makes a sound, not a scream, not a sob, something beyond language, something primal. The phone falls from her hand. She's on the floor. David catches her. Picks up the phone. Sarah, is it really him? Yes, DNA doesn't lie. Tyler is alive. He's been here the whole time. David's vision blurs. 9 years of locked doors and checked windows and wrapped toolboxes with fading bows. 9 years of sleeping in separate rooms and setting empty chairs and hoping against statistics. Where? David asks. Where is he? 3.2 miles from your house. Robert and Linda Briggs, 412 Sycamore Drive. 3.2 miles. David's knees give out. He sits on the floor with Karen, both of them crying, phone on speaker between them. What happens now? David asks. FBI is getting arrest warrants. We're moving tonight. David, Karen, he doesn't know. Ethan doesn't know he's Tyler. He thinks Robert and Linda Briggs are his parents. When we tell him it's going to be hard. I don't care, Karen says, voice broken. I don't care, he's alive. My baby is alive. Chen can hear them crying, can hear 9 years of grief cracking open into something between joy and devastation. I'll call you when we have them in custody, Chen says. Be ready, this moves fast now. She hangs up, gathers her team. At 7:30 p.m., 5 police units and 2 FBI agents converge on 412 Sycamore Drive. The arrest, May 21, 2004. 7:45 p.m. Robert Briggs answers the door. Chen sees his face go white when he sees the badges. Robert Briggs, you're under arrest for kidnapping, child abduction, and identity fraud. Chen's voice is steel. 9 years of this man living 3 miles from the Hartmans. 9 years of them searching while he hid Tyler in plain sight. Robert doesn't resist, doesn't argue, just extends his wrists. Compliance, resignation, like he's been waiting for this moment for 9 years. Linda Briggs is in the kitchen. When she sees the officers, she screams, runs toward the stairs, toward Ethan's room like she's going to protect him. FBI agent Martinez intercepts her. Mrs. Briggs, step back. What's happening? What did we do? Ethan, ma'am, you're under arrest for conspiracy to kidnap and child endangerment. No, he's our son. His name is Tyler Hartman. He was abducted from Riverfront Park on August 12, 1995. You've been harboring him for 9 years. Linda collapses. Agents catch her, cuff her. Upstairs, Ethan hears the commotion, opens his bedroom door, sees police, sees his parents, the only parents he's ever known, being handcuffed. What's going on? Ethan's voice is small, 13 years old, terrified. Chen approaches carefully, gently. Ethan, my name is Detective Sarah Chen. I need you to come with me. You're not in trouble. But we need to talk to you. Why are you arresting my parents? They didn't do anything. Ethan, Chen takes a breath. Your name isn't Ethan Briggs. Your name is Tyler Hartman, and we're taking you home. The house search, May 21, 2004, 10:00 p.m. Forensic teams sweep the Briggs house looking for evidence, looking for proof of Tyler's original identity. In the attic, in a cardboard box marked old clothes, they find a navy blue t-shirt, size 5T, T-Rex graphic, text, "Rower means I love you in dinosaur." The shirt Tyler was wearing when he disappeared, 9 years old, faded but unmistakable. Chen bags it evidence, but also proof that the 4-year-old boy who wore this shirt and the 13-year-old boy downstairs are the same person. Tyler Hartman wore this shirt on August 12, 1995. Robert Briggs kept it. Why? Souvenir. Guilt evidence of the child he took. Chen doesn't know, but she has it now. The confession, May 22, 2004, 2:00 a.m. Robert Briggs sits in interrogation room 3, FBI agent Martinez and Detective Chen across from him. He's been read his rights, declined a lawyer, says he wants to talk. "I didn't hurt him," Robert says first, crying. "I never hurt him, I gave him a family. Linda couldn't have children. We tried for 16 years and then there he was." "You kidnapped a 4-year-old child," Chen says, no sympathy. "He was alone at a fountain in the heat. What kind of parents leave a 4-year-old alone?" "He wasn't alone, he was with a babysitter 40 feet away. He was alone when I saw him." Robert's voice rises. "And I thought God sent him to me." Martinez leans forward. "Walk us through it." August 12, 1995. "What happened?" Robert takes a shaky breath. "I was at the park. I went there sometimes after I retired just to think, and I saw him, Tyler, at the fountain, and I had a toy car in my truck, broken wheel, and I thought." Tyler at the fountain, drinking water, blue T-Rex shirt, red shoes, cowlick standing up. Robert Briggs approaches, 42 years old, electrician uniform, forgettable face. Plain, holding a toy car, red Matchbox car. Wheel visibly detached. "Hey buddy," Robert's voice is gentle, non-threatening. "My car's broken, you look like you know about cars, can you help me?" Tyler looks up, water on his chin, eyes bright with interest. "I can fix things, my daddy's teaching me. I have tools in my truck, want to help me fix it?" Tyler hesitates, looks back toward Jennifer. She's 40 feet away, looking down at Emma. "I gotta tell Miss Jennifer, it'll just take a second. Quick fix, then you can go right back." Tyler looks at the toy car, mechanical object, broken, something to fix. Every instinct his father gave him says fix things, understand how they work, help. "Okay," that's all it took, one word, "okay." Tyler walks with Robert, not grabbed, not forced. Just walking, curious 4-year-old following an adult with a broken toy. They reach the creek bed in 15 seconds, 40 yards from the fountain, hidden by cottonwood trees. Robert picks Tyler up, covers his mouth with his hand. "SHH, SHH, it's okay, I'm not going to hurt you, but you need to be quiet." Tyler's eyes go wide, starts to struggle. Robert holds him, waits. 8 minutes in the creek bed while chaos erupts at the playground. Jennifer screaming, police arriving, then walks calmly to his truck on Main Street, not the parking lot. Main Street. Puts Tyler in the passenger seat. "We're going for a ride. If you scream, I'll have to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you, okay." Tyler, terrified, crying silently, nods. Robert drives away, 3.2 miles to 412 Sycamore Drive, takes Tyler inside. Linda is there, shocked, horrified. "Robert, what did you do?" "His parents abandoned him, left him alone. We're giving him a family." "Robert, we have to call the police." "No, Linda, no, he's ours now. God sent him to us." And Linda, desperate for a child, broken from 16 years of trying, too afraid of her husband to argue, says nothing. They keep him. Back to 2004, interrogation room. "The toy car lure," Chen says flatly. "You lured him with a broken toy." "I didn't grab him, he came with me willingly. He was 4 years old." Robert starts crying again. I know it was wrong, but I gave him a good life. I taught him things. Linda loved him. We loved him while his real parents suffered for 9 years." Robert doesn't answer. "The Vermont records," Martinez says. "How did you create Ethan Briggs's identity?" Robert explains. Real Ethan Briggs died at 5 months old. SIDS, 1991. Robert knew the family vaguely from Linda's church in Vermont. In 1995, Robert requested a replacement birth certificate from Vermont Vital Records. Claimed he was Ethan's father, lost the original, they mailed it, used that to get Social Security card, built the identity from there. Pre-9/11, pre-database integration, easier than it should have been. "Why didn't you leave town?" Chen asks. Why stay in Prescott Valley? We just moved here in 1994. If we left suddenly, it would look suspicious. So we stayed, homeschooled him for 3 years, kept him isolated during the search. By 1998, when we enrolled him in public school, the media coverage had died down. People had stopped looking, and no one, Robert's voice breaks. No one connects a 13-year-old to a 4-year-old. The human brain doesn't make that leap. Chen thinks of the 47 blue pins, all the false leads, all the years searching, while Tyler was 3.2 miles away the entire time. He doesn't remember, does he? Robert asks quietly. Tyler, he doesn't remember being Tyler. No, Chen says, he doesn't. Good. Robert wipes his eyes. That means we didn't hurt him. If he doesn't remember, we didn't hurt him. Chen stands, leans over the table, voice cold. You stole 9 years of his life. You stole his name, his family, his childhood. You made his mother count plastic dinosaurs for 3,000 days waiting for him to come home. You made his father sleep in a separate room because the grief was too much to share. You broke 2 people who loved him more than you ever could. But he's alive, Robert whispers. I kept him alive. Get him out of my sight, Chen says to Martinez. Robert Briggs is escorted back to his cell. He'll be charged with kidnapping, child abduction, identity fraud, and child endangerment. He'll plead guilty. He'll receive life without parole, and in his mind. Until the day he dies, he'll believe he saved Tyler Hartman. May 22, 2004, 6:00 a.m. Chen hasn't slept. She drives to the Hartman house. Karen and David answer the door together. They haven't slept either. When can we see him? Karen asks immediately. Soon, but Karen, David, I need to prepare you. He doesn't remember you, doesn't remember being Tyler. He's been Ethan Briggs for 9 years. That's the only life he knows. I don't care, Karen says. I don't care if he doesn't remember. He's alive. That's all that matters. Chen hands them a folder. Therapist recommendations. Dr. Sarah Okonkwo specializes in reunification after long-term abduction. This is going to be hard, harder than the 9 years of waiting, because now you have to learn who he became while he was gone. David takes the folder. When? Tomorrow. Supervised visit, therapeutic setting, Dr. Okonkwo will be there. Karen starts crying again, 9 years of tears, and she still has more. Can I bring something? She asks. Something that might help him remember. Chen thinks of the navy blue shirt in the evidence bag, of the 47 dinosaurs still lined up on Tyler's dresser, of the stuffed T-Rex named Rex sitting in Jennifer's van on August 12, 1995 that Karen kept for 9 years. Yes, Chen says, bring Rex. June 7, 2004, Dr. Sarah Okonkwo's office. The room is designed to be non-threatening, soft lighting, comfortable chairs, a table with tissues, plants in the corners, everything carefully chosen to make trauma bearable. Tyler Hartman, though he doesn't think of himself as Tyler, sits on the couch, arms crossed, 13 years old, scared, angry, confused. Dr. Okonkwo sits nearby, not too close, giving him space. Do you understand why you're here? She asks gently. You're going to make me meet the people who say they are my parents. His voice is flat, defensive. Karen and David Hartman are your biological parents. The DNA test confirmed. I don't care what a test says. My parents are Robert and Linda Briggs. Dr. Okonkwo doesn't argue. She's done this before, reunification after long-term abduction. She knows you can't force memory, can't force connection. What name would you like to be called? She asks. Ethan. My name is Ethan. Okay, for now we'll call you Ethan. A knock at the door. Dr. Okonkwo stands. They're here. Are you ready? Ethan, Tyler, whoever he is, shakes his head. No, that's okay. You don't have to be ready. The door opens. Karen Hartman enters first. She's 53 years old but looks older. 9 years of grief have aged her. Gray hair, trembling hands. She's holding something, a faded green stuffed dinosaur. David follows, quiet. Trying not to cry, they see the boy on the couch. Sandy blonde hair, blue eyes, cowlick on the left side, standing straight up despite gel attempts to control it. Their son after 9 years alive. Karen makes a sound, half sob, half gasp. David's hand goes to her shoulder, steadying her. The boy on the couch looks at them, these strangers, these people who claim he belongs to them. Who are you? Tyler asks. Karen's face crumples. I'm your mother. My mother is Linda Briggs. The words are a knife. Karen knew this would happen. Chen warned her. Dr. Okonkwo prepared her. But hearing it is different. Hearing her son say, my mother is someone else, is devastation in 4 words. Your biological mother, Dr. Okonkwo clarifies gently. Karen gave birth to you on September 3, 1990. You lived with her and David for 4 years before you were taken. Tyler's hand goes to his cowlick, twists it. I don't remember that. I know, Karen whispers. I know you don't, but I remember everything. She sits in the chair across from him, not too close, gives him space the way Dr. Okonkwo instructed. You used to count everything, Karen says, voice breaking. Cheerios in your bowl had to be at least 50. Stairs to your bedroom, 13. You had 47 plastic dinosaurs. You lined them up every night before bed, largest to smallest. And you had this, she holds up Rex. The stuffed T-Rex, faded green fabric, missing left eye, permanent marker stains on the belly. Tyler stares at it. Something flickers across his face, not recognition exactly, something deeper, something buried. Can I? Tyler reaches out, hesitates. Can I hold it? Karen hands it to him, careful, like she's handing him something sacred. Tyler takes Rex, holds it, looks at the missing eye, the marker stains, then unconsciously. The way muscle memory works, he brings it to his nose, inhales. Dr. Okonkwo looks directly at camera, breaking fourth wall. Tyler doesn't remember his mother's face, but he remembers how Rex smelled. That's not unusual. Trauma fractures memory. Sensory details survive when narratives don't. For Tyler, Rex is the anchor. Everything else is trying to dock to it. She turns back to the scene. Tyler has his eyes closed, breathing in the smell of Rex. Fabric softener, faint. Almost gone after 9 years, and something else, something underneath. Baby shampoo maybe, or laundry detergent, or I had a green dinosaur, Tyler says quietly, eyes still closed. His name was Rex. Karen starts crying, silent tears streaming down her face. Tyler opens his eyes, looks at her, looks at David standing behind her chair. I don't remember you, he says. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It's okay, Karen manages. It's not your fault, but I remember him. Tyler holds Rex tighter. I remember this, I don't know how, but I remember. It's not much, one memory, one object, one thread connecting the 4-year-old boy who lined up dinosaurs to the 13-year-old boy who doesn't know his real name, but it's something. The adjustment, June-December 2004, the legal proceedings happen fast. Robert Briggs pleads guilty to all charges, life without parole. Linda Briggs, who claims she didn't know Tyler was abducted, says Robert told her he was from a previous relationship, pleads guilty to conspiracy and child endangerment. 15 years. The Hartmans don't attend the sentencing. Can't bear to see the people who stole their son. Tyler, still calling himself Ethan, still struggling with the name Tyler, moves into the Hartman house in July. His old room has been waiting, but it's not his room anymore. It's a shrine to a 4-year-old. Dinosaurs on the dresser, rocket ship pajamas under the pillow, everything frozen in 1995. Karen redecorates it, asks Tyler what he wants. I don't know, he says. I don't know what I like anymore. They compromise, keep some dinosaurs, add new posters, make it a room for a 13-year-old, not a ghost. Therapy happens 3 times a week, Dr. Okonkwo guides them through the impossible, learning to be a family when half of them don't remember being one. Tyler tries calling Karen Mrs. Hartman. Then Karen, can't manage mom yet, maybe never will. David, he calls Mr. Hartman. Then David. The word dad feels foreign in his mouth. Dinners are awkward. They sit at the table, 4 place settings, all filled finally, and try to make conversation. How was school? Karen asks. Fine. What did you learn? Stuff. The silence is stretched. Tyler doesn't know what to say to these people, doesn't know how to be their son when he doesn't remember being their son. Marcus Webb visits in August, 23 years old now, sees Tyler for the first time in 9 years. You're alive, Marcus says, starts crying. You're really alive. Tyler doesn't remember Marcus, doesn't remember the swings, doesn't remember being 4 years old and best friends with another 4-year-old. I'm sorry, Tyler says. I don't remember you. That's okay. Marcus wipes his eyes. I remember enough for both of us. Jennifer comes in September, drives up from Tucson, stands on the Hartman's porch for 5 minutes before she can knock. When Tyler opens the door, Jennifer makes the same sound Karen made, half sob, half gasp. I'm so sorry, Jennifer whispers. I looked away for 20 seconds and, it's not your fault, Tyler says. Even though he doesn't remember her, doesn't remember the park, doesn't remember any of it. Everyone keeps saying it's not my fault, I don't remember, it's not your fault either. Jennifer cries. Tyler stands there awkwardly, 13 years old and carrying everyone else's grief without knowing how. Karen Hartman had hoped for 287 days. That's 9 years in numbers. In reality, it's 287 mornings waking up to an empty room. 287 dinners with 4 place settings and 3 people. 287 nights singing "You Are My Sunshine" to no one. Hope is supposed to be a gift, but hope stretched across 9 years becomes a cruelty. It's a weight you carry because putting it down means admitting your child is gone, and Karen couldn't do that, so she carried it every day until it became part of her skeleton. And now someone was asking her to hope again, to believe that this 13-year-old boy who called her Mrs. Hartman was her son, to risk that weight getting heavier if he never remembered, if he never felt like hers again. Hope is beautiful until it's all you have left, then it's just another way to hurt, but Karen hopes anyway because what else is there? April 2005. The nightmare. Tyler wakes up screaming. Karen runs to his room, finds him sitting up in bed shaking. Tyler, honey, what's wrong? I had a dream. He's crying. I was little and someone took me and I couldn't scream, I couldn't make any sound, and he stops, looks at her. Was it real? Did that really happen? Karen sits on the edge of his bed, wants to hold him, doesn't know if he'll let her. Yes, she says softly, that happened. You were at a park and a man took you, but you're safe now, you're home. This doesn't feel like home, Tyler whispers. I'm sorry, I know it should, but it doesn't. I know, Karen's heart is breaking. I know it doesn't, but maybe someday it will. Tyler doesn't answer, just sits there shaking, trying to reconcile the boy in his dream with the boy he thinks he is. Thanksgiving 2005. They sit around the table. Karen has made everything Tyler used to love when he was 4, mashed potatoes, green beans, dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, as a joke, sort of. Tyler looks at the nuggets, smiles slightly. Dinosaur nuggets. You used to refuse to eat regular chicken nuggets, Karen says, only dinosaur ones. That's kind of weird. You were 4. 4-year-olds are weird. They eat. The conversation is less stilted now. 15 months of therapy is helping. Slowly, David passes the salt. Tyler reaches for it, says without thinking, thanks, Dad. The word hangs in the air. Tyler freezes, realizes what he said. David stands up abruptly, leaves the table. Karen hears him go into the garage. I didn't mean, Tyler starts. It's okay, Karen says. He's not upset. Her voice breaks. He's been waiting 11 years to hear you call him that. Tyler finds David in the garage. 10 minutes later, David is sitting on the floor crying. I'm sorry, Tyler says. I didn't mean to. No. David wipes his face. Don't apologize. I've been waiting. I didn't think I'd ever hear you say that word again. Tyler sits next to him. They sit in silence. The garage smells like motor oil and sawdust. Familiar smells, safe smells. I want to remember, Tyler says quietly. I want to remember being your son, but I can't. I don't know how. You don't have to remember, David says. We can start from here right now. We can start new. Can we? Tyler looks at him. Can we really? David thinks about the toolbox, still on the top shelf, behind the paint can. Wrapped for 12 years now. Waiting. Yeah, David says, we can. 2007, the toolbox. Tyler is 16, getting ready to get his driver's permit, spending more time in the garage with David, learning about cars because it turns out, despite 9 years of being someone else, he's still mechanically minded. David is teaching him how to change oil. Tyler is underneath the car, drain pan positioned when David says, I have something for you. He climbs the step stool, reaches behind the paint can, takes down the toolbox. The wrapping paper is brown with age. The bow, once red, now pale pink, is dusty and fragile. What is that? Tyler asks, sliding out from under the car. Your 5th birthday present. David's voice is rough. I bought it in 1995. You were going to turn 5 on September 3rd. I was going to teach you how to use tools, real tools. But you disappeared before your birthday, and I couldn't open it, couldn't throw it away, so it's been here 12 years waiting. Tyler stares at the wrapped box. You kept it? Yeah. For 12 years, yeah. Tyler takes the box carefully. The wrapping paper crinkles, fragile with age. He peels back the tape, still sticky somehow, and unwraps it slowly. Inside, a child-sized toolbox. Red metal, socket set, screwdrivers with small handles. Wrenches scaled for a 5-year-old's hands. Tyler picks up one of the wrenches. It's absurdly small in his 16-year-old hand. These are way too small for me now, he says. David laughs, broken sound. Yeah, they are. Tyler looks at the toolbox, at his father because David is his father now has earned that title through 12 years of wrapped presents and checked locks and not giving up. Can we start anyway? Tyler asks. Not with kid tools, but with real ones. And can you teach me? David's breath catches. Yeah, we can do that. They don't use the child toolbox. It goes on a shelf in the garage, display item, reminder of the years they lost, but they start new. David teaching Tyler how engines work, how systems connect, how everything has a place. Just like he would have in 1995, just 12 years late, they found Tyler Hartman in 2004. DNA proved it. His fingerprints matched the ones Karen had on file from a safety fair when he was 3. Every biological marker said, "This is your son." But Karen's son used to roar at mirrors. This young man was quiet, polite, called her Mrs. Hartman for 8 months before managing Karen for 2 years before finally saying Mom. Her son counted Cheerios and lined up dinosaurs. This boy played video games and listened to music she didn't recognize. Her son needed her to sing him to sleep. This boy closed his bedroom door and didn't come out until morning. They found Tyler's body, but Tyler's self, the personality, the rituals, the little boy who twisted his cowlick and stomped like a dinosaur, that Tyler was gone, not dead, just evolved into someone else. Someone named Ethan who'd had a different childhood in a different house with different parents who loved him in different ways. And the question no one wanted to ask but everyone thought was, can you love the person your child became even if that person is a stranger? Karen's answer, discovered slowly over 6 years, yes, not because he remembered, but because he tried, because he showed up to therapy, because he learned to say Mom even when it felt foreign, because he let David teach him about engines even though he didn't remember Saturday pancakes, because the boy Tyler became, whoever that boy is still her son. DNA said so, and after 6 years her heart finally agreed. 2010, the last scene, Tyler is 19, starting at Arizona State University in the fall, engineering major. David's influence maybe, or genetics, or just who Tyler is. It's Sunday, 5:00 p.m., dinner time. Karen is making spaghetti, Tyler's favorite now. Not dinosaur nuggets anymore. He grew out of those. David is setting the table, 4 place settings. The green cup is still Tyler's even though he's 19 and doesn't need a special cup. Some rituals stick. Tyler walks in from the garage. He's been working on his car, 1998 Honda Civic, bought with money from his summer job. David's been teaching him how to rebuild the engine. He smells like motor oil and sawdust. Garage smells, father-son smells. Dinner's almost ready. Karen says, cool. Tyler washes his hands at the sink. Hey Mom, can you pass the? He stops, looks at her. 6 years. It took 6 years for Mom to come out naturally, without thinking, without effort. Karen's eyes fill with tears, happy ones this time. Can I pass what, honey? The garlic bread when it's done, of course. They sit at the table, 4 places, all filled. Finally, Tyler, David, Karen, and Patty. Grandma Patty drove down from Flagstaff for Sunday dinner. She does that now, every other week, making up for lost time. How's the car coming? David asks. Good, I think I figured out the carburetor issue. Want to check it after dinner? Yeah, let's do that. They eat. The conversation flows easier now. 6 years of practice. Patty tells a story about Tyler as a baby. Tyler listens, even though he doesn't remember. These stories are his history. He's learned to claim them even when they feel like they belong to someone else. After dinner, Tyler stands. I should head out, meeting friends at 8. Drive safe, Karen says. I will, Mom. There it is again, natural, easy. Tyler grabs his keys, heads for the door, stops, comes back, kisses Karen on the forehead. Love you. Love you too, baby. He leaves. The front door closes behind him. Karen and David sit at the table, empty plates, full hearts. He's okay. Karen says, yeah, he is. We're okay. Yeah, we are. Outside, Tyler drives away, headed to ASU in the fall. Headed to a future Tyler Hartman was supposed to have 12 years late, different than it would have been, but his epilogue. The Tyler Hartman case closed in 2004 with Tyler's recovery and Robert Briggs's conviction. Robert Briggs died in prison in 2018, cancer. He never recanted, never admitted what he'd done was wrong. Believed until the end that he'd saved Tyler. Linda Briggs was released in 2019 after serving 15 years. She lives in Vermont now, has never contacted the Hartmans. Tyler has no interest in seeing her. Jennifer Webb still lives in Tucson. She's 42 now, married, 2 children. She sees a therapist monthly. Still can't drive past playgrounds without panic attacks. But she's okay, mostly. Marcus Webb is 41. Works as a substance abuse counselor. Uses his guilt transformed into purpose to help others. Talks to Tyler twice a year, Thanksgiving and Tyler's birthday. The friendship they had at 4 is gone, but something else is there, mutual survival. Detective Sarah Chen retired in 2015. She still drives by Riverfront Park sometimes. Still measures the distance from fountain to parking lot. 75 yards, still impossible, but solved anyway. Tyler graduated ASU in 2014. Mechanical engineering, works for an aerospace company in Phoenix. Married in 2017, has a daughter now. Emma, named after Jennifer's sister, the baby whose crying meant 20 seconds of looking away. Tyler doesn't remember being 4 years old, doesn't remember dinosaurs or pancakes or bedtime songs. But he knows the stories, knows he was loved, knows he was searched for, knows he mattered. And sometimes, late at night, when he's putting his daughter to bed, he finds himself checking her window twice, making sure it's locked. Some things you inherit without remembering them. Karen is 73, still counts things sometimes, still opens the front door 3 inches at night even though Tyler is 45 miles away in Phoenix. Old habits. David is 75, retired from teaching, spends time in his garage. The child toolbox still sits on the shelf. He looks at it sometimes, thinks about the 12 years it waited, thinks about the 12 years after when he taught Tyler anyway. They're okay, not healed, you don't heal from 9 years of missing, but okay. They have Sunday dinners with Tyler's family, 4 generations now, the table keeps expanding, and every August 12th, Karen goes to Riverfront Park, stands at the fountain, not to mourn anymore, just to remember, this is where Tyler was lost. This is where. 9 years later he was found, not the same boy, but alive. And in the end, alive was enough. This is the Tyler Hartman case, the boy who vanished in 20 seconds, the 9 years it took to bring him home, and the 6 years it took to learn that home is not a place you remember, it's a place you choose to return to. Tyler Hartman chose every day for 6 years, until one day it stopped being a choice and started being true. He came home, not all at once. Not the way Karen dreamed, not the 4-year-old who roared at mirrors, but he came home, and that's the story.